Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' was cracking it. Steve about to react to this vid is titled "When Alpha Males Get Humiliated." Oop. Are you an alpha if you're getting humiliated by another man? Could be me. Anyway, let's see who's on here. Let's watch.
From getting humbled when wrestling with guys his size to getting embarrassed by his own viewers every Friday, here are 8 times when alpha males got humiliated. Starting off with Bradley Martin, the walking 260-pound troll. Bradley is known in the fitness world.
He the one who slapped old boy, right?
However, most people now identify him as the delusional gym bro, as he challenged Devin Haney in a street fight.
Even in a street fight,
I remember that.
Got you in the street.
No, I would.
After receiving tons of backlash from his fans for even mentioning that his weight alone could defeat professional fighters, Bradley showed how insecure he is by asking other fighters if they could beat him in a street fight, such as Nate Diaz and Sean O'Malley. Brad needs to calm down, lol. His ego's been hurt since Devin, and now he has to ask everybody. We get it, bro. You're big. Doesn't mean you can fight. At this point, Bradley was not only getting...
I've seen many big bitches fall, and look, they fall hard. All right, so just because your weight is up and you feel like, oh, I'm bigger than you, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean that you won't get dropped. That has nothing to do with your fighting skills. It just means you big. That's all that means.
Clowned by the fighting community, but from the whole internet as he became a viral meme for
fighting
his
is about technique.
Ego. After realizing how popular he became for being 260, he just could not stop but continued mentioning it in every video, getting hundreds of thousands of views. I almost forgot Bradley's 260. Good thing he reminds me on a regular basis. However, only when everyone thought that the hate would cool off, Brad continued being insecure and started getting aggressive towards other creators, such as Stable Ronaldo when he took off his hat.
Yeah.
Damn, actually.
Imagine devoting yourself to eating steroids and maintaining your maturity at the level of a 4-year-old. At this point, Bradley really needed a reality check, which happened when he finally decided to take on somebody his size.
I want to see it. I try to slap him.
However, Brad did not only get embarrassed by big dudes, but also by Logan Paul in June of 2024, when they decided to have a fist fight with no cameras, just to settle the differences. After being toyed around many times, Bradley finally understood that being 260 pounds and being arrogant about it is destroying his image. And just like Bradley, Walter Weeks from the Fresh and Fit podcast cannot handle the hate from his own fans for using his status to get women. But before we get into why Walter's getting clowned, don't forget to like and subscribe. Walter used to be a programmer before he started a men's self-improvement podcast in 2020, which quickly gained a huge fan base, hitting 100,000 subscribers in a year. Along with his podcast, he and the other host, Myron Gaines, were also selling courses that included content on how to become a high-value man.
$700.
However, his actions proved that he was a hypocrite. After becoming the sugar daddy of a girl that he found on a dating app, which is something that goes completely against what he's preaching. Become a high-value man and do not focus on women. But paying for women to date him is not the only thing he has done, as he allegedly got a girl pregnant in April of 2024, and then insisted that she get an abortion. Walter's actions and lack of responsibility has made the whole internet hate on him, as the girl posted a phone call to prove that he is a scamming liar.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody.
You're not. They just give you a pill and then it's over.
But while Walter continues to date women that the Fresh and Fit podcast encourages men not to pursue, Myron felt that he needed to defend his friend and tried denying the allegations.
I stand with my f***ing friends, period. Alright? Some of you motherfuckers need to get a spawn you jellyfish SpongeBob in a f***ing pineapple house. Pieces of shit.
Walter really can't stand up for himself, as he always relies on Myron to act like his bodyguard
and
protect him from all hate. Fresh would be a struggling 9-to-5 employee if it wasn't for Myron. However, Myron sometimes just simply cannot defend Walter, as he got in a weird argument with Sneeko where Walter was saying a whole bunch of nonsense.
Okay, so are you fighting or are you not fighting?
What I'm doing is participating in free speech to a certain extent. Also, I'm doing as well as behind the scenes other things that I won't say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking about nonsense, Adrian G claims to be an experienced dating coach who stages his videos and doesn't know how to act when he's getting pressed by reporters.
But your whole video is a lie, because everyone here is an actor.
Yeah.
But you haven't revealed that to anyone.
Yeah, in his most viral video, posted in 2015, Adrian was doing a social experiment where he was pretending to be a blind man asking for $5 in change while handing a $50 bill. However, some people took the $50 and handed Adrian $5 in coins, exploiting him for his disability.
Yeah.
That's the thought? Yeah. Yeah.
But many people felt really bad for those that stole Adrian's money, with comments saying, "I can't believe that some people would take advantage of disabled people." However, amassing over 20 million views 10 years ago was very unusual, and eventually got Adrian in trouble as the Australian TV show Today Tonight exposed that his most viral video was staged. Adrian has been receiving hate comments ever since, so many that he could not fit them in a 13-minute video of him reading them.
This is the most stupid show I've never watched. It is absolutely not funny at all. Get a job already, Mr. Unemployed, lol.
However, he has not only proven to be a fraud that has staged his social experiments, but also a course seller on how to secure more women, which resulted in CoffeeZilla clowning him.
How the hell do you pull so many girls so easily? I would simply smile, shrug my shoulders, and say, I have no idea, I just sort of do my thing.
With his prank videos not performing well, and his subscriber graph looking like a staircase, the hate about his fake personality and being a terrible salesman didn't stop, with comments saying, "It looks like he could eat a whole apple in one bite." Many people wanted to punch Adrian's face, but never got the chance to do so, unlike Sean Strickland, who almost knocked out Sneako in a sparring session. In early 2024, Sneako met the former UFC champion in Las Vegas and arranged a sparring session with him.
His interview with Theo Von made me cry.
Sneako, congrats on winning everything.
During the fight, Sean was going easy on Sneako, but then warned him about how he's going to get hurt.
As we get closer to the 3-minute mark, you're about to feel a significant more about pain.
Sean later started beating him up, and the fight was stopped within seconds due to Sneako having a nosebleed.
Why was he boxing?
The viewers thought that this so-called sparring session was more like a cat playing with a mouse, with people commenting things like, "This wasn't a fight, this was Sneako trying to survive."
Why does Sneako
However,
even
this
do
wasn't
this?
the only time Sneako got punched in the face, because in June 2024, a bouncer in a New York club caused Sneako cracked teeth.
He's got this busted up tooth. Smile for me, man.
Sneako took off the bouncer's hat and ended up getting Superman punched in the face.
I thought it was crazy.
He later claimed that nobody touched the security guard and that he's against violence, while also clearly knocking off his hat, causing the whole situation to escalate. And Sneako still somehow thinks he's an alpha. However, not all people that humiliated Sneako beat him up, such as Moist Critical, because when he made fun of the Fresh and Fit podcast, Sneako felt the need to defend his alpha male friends. Sneako went on to insult Charlie and his girlfriend, making fun of their relationship.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl.
But when Charlie saw the clips, he made a reaction video saying that he couldn't care less about Sneako's opinion on him, as he likes a movie that was considered really inappropriate by many.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
Sneako kept criticizing him for the next 3 months for being a soy boy, challenging him to a fight and threatening to shoot him.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips.
However, in March of 2023, Charlie replied again with a hilarious yet humiliating response.
You beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands.
Similar to Sneako, Myron Gaines, the other co-host of the Fresh and Fit podcast, often breaks down over backlash as he was crying when his YouTube got demonetized.
I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
However, the viewers were not the only ones laughing at Myron for losing his temper, as Joe Budden was also making fun of the situation.
I don't want to hear nothing about you, about women, you no more. Well, I didn't want to hear before, but shut the fuck up now. Cut your water off and you get the boo-hoo.
But before getting demonetized on YouTube, Myron was mocking women in other races, not only on his podcast, but on all his socials, posting stuff like, "This is why we didn't give them rights for centuries." And after becoming hated and made fun of by the whole internet, Myron expresses his masculinity by challenging creators to a fight, while also showing how fragile his ego is.
Probably weighs over 200 pounds, so let's do it. You got the advantage. You've been training too, man. So let's put the gloves on and let's fight. Let's see what you can say All the jokes you're gonna make on our demonetization when your face is swollen.
Myron's behavior doesn't match with his self-proclaimed title, alpha male, with people commenting things like, "This is the same man that thinks women are emotional, lol."
Exactly.
And just like how Myron continues to post offensive
Not
stuff
put
on
these fat
Twitter,
hoes in jail.
Jason
What fat hoes?
Brojo struggles to keep his relevance after his 15 minutes of fame are up. Jason is a digital marketer that became famous on TikTok in late 2022 because of his viral clips, talking about how he's gonna steal your girlfriend.
Let's take you, for example, and me, and we both pull up and we go to your girl. Odds are I'm gonna take that. If you compared me to you, you're not gonna
he
win
walks
that
so
battle.
Kaya
So
can
the
run.
next time you think that your girl's on lock, I got the keys to the castle, mother.
Jason is always bragging about how much money he has, despite being exposed for not paying his editors and scamming his clients. The kid has zero experience working with real companies. He's a pathological liar, inexperienced, miserable, underweight kid from New York that likes computers. However, Jason was not only proven to be a scammer and have millions of dollars, but was also ridiculed for clowning people that go to the gym. These posts gathered comments like, "Brother, please, before you claim to be capable of taking someone's girl, at least look capable of opening a pickle jar."
Damn.
But in March of 2023, Jason managed to get the attention of Moist Critical, who made a video on him, humiliating him for his physique.
You don't want to go to the gym, that's fine. Buddy's out here built like 2 French fries duct taped to an uncooked spaghetti noodle.
In the video, Charlie is roasting Jason for everything he has ever posted, but instead of staying quiet and accepting that he's been exposed, Jason decided to use this opportunity by making a reaction video for extra clout.
He was talking a bunch of crap about my video, so we're gonna respond. This is my reaction. Okay, we're not gonna get heated in this. I'm not really massively triggered. I just want to take advantage of the views.
However, Jason later took down his video as he realized that he cannot mess with a creator like Charlie and was only getting hate comments. Bruh is just embarrassing himself making all these reaction videos. Similar to Jason not being relevant for his McLaren anymore, neither is Jack Doherty as he crashed it in front of 200,000 viewers in October of 2024.
So embarrassing.
No! No! No!
While allegedly being distracted by his phone during a live stream, Jack wrecked his car and felt the need to post about it, despite his cameraman still bleeding. Dude, your cameraman is bleeding out with a broken arm and you're recording? You sicken me. Jack received tons of backlash from his community and other creators, such as FaZe Rug, who said that he's a terrible human being. But at the same time, his fans were also commenting about Jack's downfall in his older videos and how he ended up ruining his public image. From flipping stuff to totaling his McLaren while looking at his phone. However, crashing his car and not caring about his friend was not the only thing he has been clowned for, as he is known for harassing people in public and hiding behind his bodyguards every time anyone shows aggression to him.
What? Well, probably gonna do. What you gonna do? Yeah.
Despite being a coward that pretends to be a bully, in reality he is the punching bag of the internet, as most of his viral moments are clips of him getting slapped, choked, getting kicked off a cruise ship.
I have a private jet back to Florida tomorrow. What the fuck? I could not care less.
But unlike Jack, Fit X Fearless doesn't get physically harassed, but trolled by his viewers every live stream.
How many girls have you approached this week?
3 to 4.
What did you go up and say?
Good afternoon. My legal name is Mark. On the TikTok platform, I create content under the handle 6'1" Would you be interested in doing an interview?
That's the first thing you told her.
However, in response to getting trolled, it sometimes posts outrageous videos and sells ridiculous courses that make people comment things like, "I can't take this seriously anymore." And Fit's videos even caused a reaction from Charlie, who went ahead to clown on him.
Please don't tell me you are giving men advice on how to make their bigger in Discord messages. That is so weird.
However, this wasn't the only weird subject Fit was sharing advice on, as he posted a tutorial of how a man should sit, resulting in another roast.
No, you don't sit like this. 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 You sit like this. And you sit like this. And you sit like this. And then you sit like this. And then maybe you sit like this. With a little bit of honking.
However, Fit's popularity and image as an alpha male will continue to grow as his viewers won't stop trolling him when asking for looks advice.
Very interesting. I mean, these are self-proclaimed alpha males, and the internet just eats this stuff up. Young, impressionable men look up to them and they believe them when they tell them that they're alpha males. The internet is so gullible. Very, very wild. But sure, this is how they got humiliated. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye!